This is the Big O Show. 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 This is the Big O Show.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Just one place sold the most Acura models in the last 16 years. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive the new 2024 RDX, $419 a month during our 16th anniversary sale.
So here we are. I wanted to show you the backyard again because we had some trouble last time, but you know, CuttersEdgePro.com does some amazing stuff, and there are the boys and the girl. They're having fun. There we go. Right, Maiden? Right, Bono? There we go. They're having fun. I'm having fun. Look at our Sylvester palm. It is beautiful. We got another one in the front yard like that. You can take your home and landscaping to the next level. And the artificial turf, look at that. Look at that. The two dinosaurs going at it, huh? Look at that. I gotta love the dinosaurs. Look at them. They like to bite each other's legs. That's what they do. They play with each other and then they bite each other and they piss each other off. It's fun. One is Bono, which is the one farther away from you, and Maiden. She's the girl right here. She's a badass. That's for sure. So anyway, see the flowers are coming out. Very nice. CuttersEdgePro.com, folks. This big tree there will start budding that I'm showing you there soon. It'll have all kinds of flowers. I'll post another video and I'll show it to you. This is a backyard where everybody gets to hang out. Over there in the corner there, I put the barbecue and cook. So that way it's the farthest away from the house, you know. If I light myself on fire or somebody else, we're out in the corner away from everybody. There you go. So you can get some flowers coming out, which is a beautiful thing. And I swear by this artificial turf, it always looks phenomenal. I don't have to cut it. I don't have to water it. And so I'm saving a lot of money, hundreds and thousands in the long run, because I'm not watering or, of course, cutting the grass. And you know, here in South Florida, we cut the grass like every 10 to 14 days.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
Just one place sold the most Acura models in the last 16 years. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive the new 2024 MDX, $469 a month during our 16th anniversary sale.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house!
Get out of the house! Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
With more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes, Welton Rayom is committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle, slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help.
Take a journey to our Caribbean paradise at Toyota of Hollywood. Get in the groove with great deals on over 2,000 Toyotas, like a Corolla, not $24,000, just $17,975. You'll be cruising and chilling with super low 2.99% financing. Feel the rhythms of the Caribbean today at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All righty. Welcome aboard. It is Friday. We are ready to rock and roll all day and all night because we got the Panthers tonight. Biggest game in the franchise history. There is no bigger game that has ever been played in franchise history. Not any other Stanley Cup appearance. Nothing. Everything is on the line tonight for the Florida Panthers. So it's a pretty cool thing. It's a fun thing for us to be a part of, by the way. It's not something that we're used to. You know what I'm saying? This is all new to us to have, like, instead of being the upstart team, the team that actually has expectations, the team that has built up enough, I would imagine confidence in the fan base that, hey, they could go out there and get this thing done and win, and that they're, not happy to be there. They belong there. So now you got to finish it off. So we'll do that, and we'll have the post-game show for you tonight. So let's have a strong post-game show. I know if they win, I would expect it to be a strong post-game show. But anyway, so all good. I guess everything is kosher. We got the folks on Instagram watching. We got the folks on Twitter watching. We got the folks on YouTube watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you, as always. And remember, you can always participate on the show, send in a comment, a question, all kinds of good stuff. And you can support the show with a donation, Cash App, or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. And we got a sweet dip going on right now because Bitcoin's in the 63 range right now. 63,502. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Michael Saylor from Michael Strategy. They now, after the $700 million purchase, they now hold 226,331 Bitcoin at an average of 36,798. They are 6.33 billion in profit right now. They DCA to another level. Okay, their dollar cost average is, it's not like what I do. You know what I'm saying? $5 here, $10 there, whatever. No, 500 million here, 700 million there, $1 billion there. So it's crazy, dude. Crazy. And the country of Germany is selling some of their Bitcoin. They're hurting so much. Their economy is it's worse than ours. It's a lot. Most economies around the globe are actually worse than ours, believe it or not. It's not like something that we're the only ones or something. But anyway, so it's crazy stuff going on out there. So we'll see when this and we got the Big O Show Bitcoin hats, by the way. So you can purchase one. And we've got the regular Big O Show hats. So you can check that out too on our merch page. Check it out. All right. We got Sean Stanley driving the program. We got David Furones and Manny Ferraro. I was going to say Manny Navarro is going to join us also on the show. Got that going on. Of course, Ocala Joe, I see. Good morning, sir. Yes, the dip. This whole dip continues for everybody. It's buying you time. So that way you can't say you didn't have an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I know you're taking advantage of Ocala Joe. But for others, that haven't taken advantage or are still in denial, that's interesting. By the way, how many of you are in denial still? Like you don't believe that Bitcoin is going to be like, part of the center of our financial world. I'm just wondering how many of you are still there, because that's interesting. Jay Gelfin is in. Yep, changing the lineup. Yep, definitely. Primo is now in the lineup. Nick Cousins, and then the Lamborghini in there. So yeah, hopefully we'll get better defense, less mistakes tonight. So yes, that would be very, very important. Heriberto is in the house. The Panthers record at home this season, 26-13-2, away 26-11. They've won 2 at home during the Stanley Cup. Now it's time to win the second one in Edmonton. Yes. That's the good thing about the Panthers is that they're fearless of the road. The road does nothing to them whatsoever. Steve Chapman is looking forward to the Cats game. Steven Gonzalez is hoping it's the night. Oscar Rojas says, smash the like button out there, folks. Let's go, let's go, let's go. From the shitty, cold, and boring city of Messier, coffee, and the great one, Edmonton. Go Cats. 2024 NHL champs. Jamie Zorria out in San Jose. Captain Saki in Tarpon Springs, Ray Sosa, Brooklyn Rob. I like the fact that they finally removed Okpaso and put in Cousins. Him and Lomberg need to be monsters on the forecheck. Yep, agree. Cat Scratch Fever, says Costa Nostra. There we go. One Eye Jack says, I bought more of the dip today, got it at 63.9. I'm ready for that God candle. I say we're going to get at least 2 God candles in this bull run. At least 2. And one's coming. One's coming. I think it's going to come early here. I really do. Kyle Cockrell is loving the dips. Dude 67. Drago. Jeff in Long Island. What else do we have? John Padilla. Raging Dolphin Maniac. Axel. Let me do a little roll call over on Instagram. Elijah's daddy or dad NY. Elijah's dad NY in the house. Hober, what is it? Hober Robert or something like that. Jeremy Dorset. Oscar. It says, great day. We are champions tonight. Let's go, Cats. G-Stag 1984. I don't know. Mr. Got to Have. Pop Rots. Mbachi. Red Shirt. Noah Hirschman. Frankie Fresco. Maximus. Noah says Panthers win 4-2 tonight. Verhage, Reinhardt, Cousins, and Chucky all score. Bob has a great game. Finally, the cup is ours. There we go. And Maximus wants to remind everybody that he just farted there on Instagram. So, True Fin, you're not the only one that farts a lot. Apparently, Maximus also does his share of farting, too.
Hey, yo.
Yes, sir?
That is True Fins fan.
That is True Fins. I didn't know his Instagram name. That's funny because over here it's True Fin fans. Over there, okay, it's too much for me, bro. It's too much. Now I got to remember the handles on either side or no. That's too much. That is too much. So it figures there's only one farter and it's still a True Fin fan. Okay. All right. You know what, Sean? Dude 67 is right. Do a poll. Okay. All right. Are you now a Bitcoin believer? Yes or no? Not a Bitcoin buyer. You don't have to be a buyer to be a believer. Okay. Are you a Bitcoin believer? Yes or no? Still scam. No, comma, still scam. Right? Because the no people have to be like, they have to be like crazy people that are just like, whatever the Democrats have convinced them to say. Because it's really on the Democratic side. It's not really on the Republican side. It's only one side that lies to the public about crypto and Bitcoin. So, yeah, do that. Okay. That Alex Caruso trade OKC feels like it could end up working out the same as when the Celtics traded for Derek White. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think he's Derek White, dude. I don't think so. So, Kuzama.
Real quick, how do you want the poll to go? I'm sorry.
Are you a Bitcoin believer? And then you put the answer is yes or no, comma, still a scam. Okay. And you can put in parentheses after the question, are you a Bitcoin believer? You can put in parentheses, you don't have to be a buyer to be a believer because, so just because you don't, I'm sure you believe in Tesla stock or Amazon or something, but you don't buy it. You know what I'm saying? So just so people aren't, they don't get a little crazy about it, So anyway, just came in from working on the driveway, says Mark Smith. Me and Larry Bird are dummies and saw Panthers faces the biggest game. And I thought You were talking about a cougar for a second. What are you thinking about your youngin' days that you ran into a cougar? It's an experience that every young man should have, a cougar. Go Panthers. Let's bring the cup home tonight. Everyone smash the like button. That's right. Smash that like button. Cash money makes the world go round. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, your cash money dies every day, too. It goes down, too, in value. Yeah, that's about the dumbest statement there is in the world. Cash money makes the world go round. Yeah. Yeah, keep thinking about it. Kosa says, I'm too naive to think about Bitcoin, crypto, and digital currencies. Roderick says, yes, I am a believer. Smash that like button. There you go. Brooklyn Rob says, how can you not believe? Of course. Of course. Of course. Lenny says, yes, not a buyer, but a believer. Hey, Sean, I need a break. Right now, bro. I need a break. Got to take this call.
This is the Big O Show. 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 This is.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Miles an hour, that's a Category 4 hurricane. 3 deaths are reported in Florida after more than 24 were killed in the Caribbean. This.
I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield Home Security System guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera all professionally installed for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
This is the Big O Show. 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 This is
Just one place sold the most Acura models in the last 16 years. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive the new 2024 RGX, $419 a month during our 16th anniversary sale.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slowens, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house!
Get out of the house! Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
So here's the putting green. See? There you go. Got two flags. One is over there where Cutter's Edge Pro. It's not coming out now. Come on. Come on, wind. Give me a little wind. No, unfortunately. But there you go. And this one says Big O here. There you go. So there's my putting green. It's about, I would say about 25 feet, something like that. I get to practice, have a little fun. See? And then, of course, we got, the bunkers. Got to have the bunkers, man. Got all kinds of bunkers there. You know what I'm saying? So that's a taste of our backyard. There's Maiden right there, Maiden. Bono, how you doing, Bono? Bono. He's a Carolina dog, by the way. These dogs are amazing. Their temperaments are awesome. But there is the Sylvester Palm, which is just beautiful. All right, call my guys, Will and Mike at Cutter's Edge Pro. They will take care of you. Dogs are not included, okay? Can't include the dogs. Those are mine. But the exceptional work, oh, baby. Oh, baby. Yes. Make your home an oasis. CuttersEdgePro.com. Go to their Instagram page, by the way, so you can see a lot of the before and after work that they do. And it is exceptional, baby. This thing's been on here for about 9 months. No grass growing through it or anything like that. Right, Bono? Huh? Bono!
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
You know, I tell you guys all the time about Cutter's Edge Pro, man, and what they did with our backyard and made it a pure oasis. That's our Sylvester tree right there. A beautiful day, providing a ton of sunshine. We've got one exactly like this out in the front yard, and it is absolutely gorgeous. There's Bono hanging around on the artificial turf. What's up, Bono? What's the word, baby? There you go, wagging that little tail. Maiden, there she is. Ziggy. How you doing, Ziggy? There you go. So we got the doggies hanging out. So just want to give you a little, we got some of the trees starting off from this way with the artificial turf. You see, there's Ziggy again, of course. Got it all the way. And look, we got some flowers coming out. That tree now will start to also spring, and it's absolutely beautiful too. So got all that. You know, they can do all kinds of things for you in your backyard to kind of make it an oasis, which is what we've done. And obviously the dogs can play. What's up, Bono? I got him there hanging out. Maiden. There she is. There she is. The one and only. She is mean as a skunk, by the way. Just want you to know. She's awesome with us, but I mean, if you're a stranger, you don't want to meet mated. So as you can see, and then the artificial turf, remember, there's no watering. There's no cutting the grass. It looks fabulous like this the entire time. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful. Back here in this corner is where we put the barbecue. I wheel it out, cook, then I wheel it back in. See, looks beautiful, doesn't it? Flowers are coming out. It's awesome. And then when I want to play a little golf, there's my putting green down the side, which is a beautiful thing. There's one of the holes all the way to the other side where Bono is at. All lights up. It's really beautiful when it lights up. See, we got the rough. Got several. Got one on that side. Got one over there in the corner where Bono's leaving. Got rough all over the place, man. Just in case, you know, you get the ball trapped in there. That's it. That's another swing. Right, Maiden? So, check it out. CuttersEdgePro.com. Make your home an oasis. Make your business, your HOA complex, condominium, you name it, they got you, bro. They do it all. All right? They can cut your trees down, and the artificial turf, I swear by it. Really easy to maintain, and it looks just absolutely freaking beautiful. Cutters Edge Pro. Right, Ziggy?
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Right. Yes. Okay. We are back. Thank you for your patience. It was a call that I had to take. By the way, I don't know, is Feronis there yet? Okay. I just realized it's 10:30. Anyway. All right. Anyway. Bitcoin at 64 right now. All righty. It just kind of get you off track there, you know. Lots of stuff to talk about. All right. What do we got here? So far, yes, 89%, 11% no, it's a scam. Okay. All right. That's not bad. That's a lot better than a year or 2 years ago if we would have done this poll. Would have been the other way around, actually. Anyway, let's get to it. Let's talk a little Dolphins football, and we'll also have some other stuff too, Dolphins-wise. David Feronis and our Welt and Rayom Miami Dolphins report.
All rise, football fans, as the Welt and Rayom Miami Dolphins report with David Feronis is in session.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They are committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. Here's Miami Dolphins insider David Furones.
There he is, ready to go. All right, so good morning. First of all, how are you doing, sir? You doing good?
Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, feel good that it's Friday, and actually, I'm going to go to the watch party tonight. To actually write to write fan reaction on the Panthers, whether they win or lose. If they win a Stanley Cup, they rejoice. If not, then a lot of nerves going down to a Game 7, and then also keeping my eye on everything Dolphins.
So the Sentinels got you covering over at the arena, huh? All right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually pumped up to go check it out. I know we talked about this last time. Like, I still have the youthful enthusiasm to cover things. I mean, it could be a historic moment in South Florida sports history.
Yeah, no, it's cool, bro.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. And more power to you, dude. I mean, you should want to cover all that stuff. If I was your age and young in the biz, I wanted to cover everything that existed. You know what I'm saying? So, been there, done it. So I know exactly how you feel. It's just I no longer really clamor to have to be there anymore. Right. You know what I'm saying?
While I'm still feeling it, I'll get out there. While I'm still, one day I'm going to be like you.
Oh, you will. After you've done it for 20-some years, 30 years. You're like, yo, bro, I've already done this many, many times, the craziness and all that kind of stuff. Somebody called me yesterday for some work with soccer with the cup, and I was like, nah, sorry, dude, I'm happy doing my thing. I appreciate it. So I'm happy where I'm at. I got no issues, bro. So it's a beautiful thing. All right, so you think they win tonight?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and say yeah. I mean, I think they carried some momentum from the end of Game 5, similar to maybe how the Oilers had some momentum end of Game 3, even though they lost that one. And then it turned out in a big way for them with that 8-1 win, eventually going on a 13-1 scoring run overall before the Panthers started mounting their comeback. So, yeah, home and road is not as big a deal in hockey. So I think they carry the momentum from the end of Game 5 into Game 6 and finish it off very far from South Florida.
All right. On the Dolphins front, you got to meet Calais Campbell this week. Your thoughts on Calais? Obviously, you know him from his Canes days when you were a youngin', and he was a Canes player, but all the way through now, having him here, your thoughts after the press conference?
Yeah, actually, shortly after I got off the air with you last Tuesday, then we got to talk to him, and I think he's a guy that at this veteran stage in his career, he really prioritizes. He wants to win a Super Bowl. He got to a Super Bowl his rookie year with Arizona. That first year after playing at University of Miami. He hasn't been back in South Florida since, as far as playing here. So I think he's happy to be back. Actually, one of the last guys that played in the Orange Bowl, because his last college season was 2007, that last season at the Orange Bowl. So he goes to the Super Bowl 08 with the Cardinals. Hasn't been back since. Has been close. He was on the 2017 Jags that were a quarter away against those Patriots. Yeah, remember Saxonville, and he was part of that. So I think he sees an opportunity here.
Dude, that was a great defense.
Yeah, Jalen Ramsey was on it too, so he reunites with him. Yeah. So and he also reunites with Anthony Weaver. So he had him as D-line coach in Baltimore for a couple seasons. Now defensive coordinator here in Miami. He said he was a big reason why he wanted to come in here. And I think his versatility on the line, that he's able to line up anywhere, primarily 5 technique, lining up on the outside shoulder of the tackle is his best spot. But, I mean, just the versatility that he presents and how Anthony Weaver is willing to move guys around, twists and stunts, and lining guys up in different spots with the rotation that we know is going to be there. That'll be a valuable piece to have him be able to team up with different pairings and be effective in different spots on the line.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, and that's been a theme. Marcus May, He can back up both safeties, and he'll be the third safety now. You know, Weaver wants to run 3 safety defenses. You got your third safety in Marcus May, and you got the flexibility that he can play free or strong if he wants to. You know what I'm saying? So again, these are all these things that in Calais Campbell can play all along the defensive line. It's just one of those things. Jordan Brooks is a guy that can help you in the run, can drop back in coverage, can probably also spy a guy like Josh Allen. You know, there's a lot of versatility in a lot of the things that they were doing and a lot of the players that they were adding to go along with the versatility of a Jalen Ramsey, the versatility of a Javon Holland. These things also will be exposed a lot more now under Weaver.
Yeah, definitely. You know, he likes to just have guys that he could line up different spots that present versatility, and it allows him to be multiple. And I think Calais Campbell saw the value in that. He knows him. He knows the way he coaches, the way Anthony Weaver coaches, his coaching style, who he is as a man. So I think that had a lot to do with it. Hey, a homecoming for him, a team that has a chance to compete here, and maybe that's a spot. It's a spot where they needed help. They needed another D lineman because, yeah, you have a rotation, but you know, you kind of were a little uneasy coming off of minicamp, just how it was all going to come together. So you add another piece like that. We were talking him up on this show several times before that signing happened. So yeah, really good to see, and a former Cane as well, and the veteran presence that he brings on a team that's already going to have a lot of it now. So a lot of leaders that can work together here.
All right, you know, you were able to watch several mini camps now. Give me your assessment on some of the stuff that you saw. Let's start off with the rookies. Who stood out the most after now that you're, you know, you got the picture from above all the different practices? What did you get out of any of the rookies?
Yeah, I mean, Chop Robinson will have some of that versatility on the edge. He definitely has that raw ability, and then now we'll just have to see it come together. So you got to like him. Patrick Paul, I think, yeah, some of what we expected. Yeah, he's definitely got the measurables, the size, the agility. He can move around.
Hopefully he doesn't play at all this season,
which would be more than fine. Yeah, let him learn. Let's have a healthy season from Teron Armstead, and then Austin Jackson on the right tackle side. And then if someone goes down for a few games, Kendall Lamb comes in, and you don't get past that. And Patrick Paul hopefully has a tremendous season of learning, so that 2025 season, if Armstead decides to hang it up, if he calls it a career at that point, which he already was close to this season, then Patrick Paul is ready to step right in. So hopefully that's the case. And Jalen Wright, kind of very limited in what we were able to see from him. But yeah, I mean, I think I do recall from that rookie minicamp. Yeah,
I was told
speed. Yeah,
was on display.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was told. The speed was on display. I was told he was the fastest player. Now, again, Tyreek and Waddle weren't really running, but I was told he was the fastest player clocked in camp.
Okay, clocked. Yeah. So yeah, you got some official measurements there to back it up. Okay. Yeah. The speed was unquestionable. So you certainly see that. Now, as far as now he'll just have to translate it onto the football field and learn the offense. That seemed to work just fine for Devon Achane last year, who, by the way, will get more involved in the pass game this year. I wrote about that. We already talked about it too. But so maybe there's some hints there in how they can marry all these running backs together into getting all of them to have high production levels.
Anything from Storm Duck?
Yes, I mean, didn't see him getting beat that much. Obviously, it's hard to keep an eye on everyone, but so I mean, it seemed to be solid. And I mean, the Dolphins have some trust in him with the guaranteed money they gave him. So certainly, at least you didn't see him. And I was saying that with Cam Smith early on, but then some of the later sessions Then you saw him on the wrong end, especially once he had to cover Waddle. Waddle showed up for minicamp, and then Waddle would go against Smith, and then he'd really humble him when they were going at it. And Waddle had one practice, I remember, where he was just off the charts. I think it was that first minicamp one. And then he spoke. It was right after he got the contract. So showing certainly he's not just becoming content after receiving his deal. He's going to keep going at it. And so a good learning lesson for Cam Smith when that happened.
Yeah, I'm with you there. All right, so what's going on with the contract? What are you hearing, Tua and the team?
Yeah, so nothing new from what we last spoke. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's on the verge. We've kept saying it. It's probably just a lot of the minutia in guarantees, fully guarantees, the bonuses, and then now I just wonder.
There's something there. There's something stopping them.
Yeah, of course. Right.
There has to be. I don't know what the hell it is, but there's something obviously delaying this whole thing. You know, I just don't know exactly what it is that's delaying them. But, you know, clearly either they're slow walking it and they're waiting for the Purdy deal to happen or the Jordan Love deal to happen so they can, you know, have more to stand on or more to ask. I don't know. But it's just kind of odd. So that's why I ask that it just continues. So you wonder, okay, they've done all these moves. Like, are you close? Do you know where you're at? Because you've signed everybody else around him, you know, except him now. And so, you know, it's kind of weird.
And the Jaguars did them no favors with the $55 million. And I know that's kind of like with that, it's not all guaranteed. So when you put the guarantees in, it's not nearly that. But certainly that contract did the Dolphins no favors because then now a player who statistically has underperformed compared to Tua, now he's getting paid the $55 million, which was more than Jared Goff just got at 53. So now whatever they had in place as far as the average annual value, now Tua has and his representation have the right to say, okay, well, a little bit more now because Trevor Lawrence got 55, and I know none of us were expecting him to get that number, even though now the market is the market, as Tua has said. So that number will continue to rise. And so, from one perspective, the more you wait, the more it's going to go up. Because if you would have gotten it done before Trevor Lawrence got that deal, then okay, hey, that's the Jaguars doing that. Go ahead. We already got our guy. Like the Lions right now are probably happy that, okay, Jared Goff 53. You want to pay Trevor Lawrence 55? All right, yeah. Well, we're more than pleased with Jared Goff at 53. And if maybe the Dolphins would have gotten it done at 54, let's say, then before Trevor Lawrence got his, then they would have been fine and said, all right, go ahead. Yeah, Lawrence, you got that deal done after. But now Lawrence creates precedence as Tua and the Dolphins still haven't agreed finally to those terms.
Who has leverage here between the Dolphins and Tua?
It's a good question. It might be Tua. And now, especially with that Trevor Lawrence deal, he's got the right to now ask for even more. Whereas before, it was like, okay, you were thinking, before this past season, you were thinking, okay, in the 40s. But then, and some quarterbacks made 50 plus. But then you thought, okay, if he has a full healthy season, which he did, and then he performs similar to year 3 in another year under Mike McDaniel's offense, then he can go into over that $50 million plateau. And then he did all of that. So that's why you heard all the rumblings before you heard about the salary cap number. And then once you did hear that the salary cap went up 13%, then it's pretty much, he's going to surpass that $50 million line. So then you get to that point, and then now you've just had more things piling up into his favor the longer this goes. And he has sort of his frustration that he's let out now in his favor as well. So he could use that piece where he handled himself actually really well in that press conference when sort of detailing that he likes that there is progress, but it's sort of still it's got him antsy that they still haven't gotten over the hump. And then if you're the Dolphins and you keep waiting and he has another season like that going into that 5th year, then you're going to be paying a lot more. So you want to get it done. Both sides want to get it done. And I think maybe now Tua has a lot of more of the cards in his favor based on the way things have transpired in recent months.
Yeah, I was thinking about that last night because I was going to ask you about this. And I thought about it. Because of a lot of the stuff you said, I thought about. But then on the flip side, I said, well, the Dolphins can also have the leverage too, because Tua has injury history on his side. He has to be concerned about that. He has to be concerned that he's playing on a fifth-year option. He has to be concerned that they control him easily for 3 years. And so you really have no leverage because you're forced to play on the fifth-year option. What are you going to do? Hold out and get fined $50,000 a day, and they can't rescind that money anymore. That money will go off your wallet. So you're going to lose that money automatically. So that stuff is no longer kind of, given back under the table and all that. So you're not going to hold out because you're under your fifth-year option, because that's not really a negotiated contract. And then they can tag you and tag you again if they feel like it. So you really have no leverage in a way, and you're risking everything because you also have to worry about your injury history. Okay. Even though if you play smart like you played last year, you'll play for 15 more years with no problem. If you get rid of the football, you'll be fine. But if you try to get cute and you try to get, hang on to the football and you suffer an injury, then you ruin your chances for a big contract that they're probably offering you right now. So in a way, the Dolphins still kind of have, I think, the driver's seat here, because I don't know how he fights that. You know what I'm saying? Think about this. Okay. I was thinking about this last night. So they offer you $200 million like Trevor Lawrence, the contract that Trevor Lawrence offers you. Okay. What do you what the public says you're holding out and they're offering you the contract that, Trevor Lawrence got? It's going to be bad PR for him, right? Because there's a lot of people that don't even want him to get paid whatever Trevor Lawrence and all these other guys are getting paid right now. People want him to get paid 40 million, 45 million. People want him to play on the fifth-year option. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't even think he's the guy. So imagine the negativity that's going to come his way if people find out you've been offered the same contract or $1 million more a year than Trevor Lawrence and you're turning it down. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of stuff on his side that really can't go his way with the injury history and then the bad PR, because there's not a lot of people are going to be defending, oh, no, you got to pay him $65 million. No, you don't.
Yeah, by the book, the Dolphins do have all those things in their back pocket. A couple of years of franchise tags if they want it, the fifth-year option that he's already on. Now, when it comes to a quarterback relationship, then do you want to go down that road? Do you want to create that sort of friction between your franchise quarterback, as you're indicating throughout the whole offseason with Chris Greer saying that the Dolphins want to get a deal done, and that they're going to keep working with Tua's representation to get that deal done, and then sort of backing off of that stance and then saying, okay, you know what? We tried, but we're not going to go down that road because we don't feel that he is worth everything that we have said, which is another point in this, is that the Dolphins have spent the last 2 years, after you went through the whole Deshaun Watson flirtation thing, and then you got rid of Brian Flores because he didn't really believe in Tua that much, and then you brought in a coach that was going to instill that confidence. You've been building Tua up these 2 years so that he could perform on the field and build up that confidence in him. Now you get to negotiation time, and you're doing everything almost in reverse because you're trying to save yourself a buck. Now you're sort of saying, laying out all the reasons that maybe you didn't speak of previously, and when you go to the negotiating table, you got to, and it's just because you have to do it. You're laying out all the reasons why maybe the organization shouldn't be committing all that money. So now it's sort of when, like in a poker game, it's time to show your cards. The river, and then you had your betting rounds. And it's no more bluffing now. It's if you get called, you got to show your cards. So now is when the real comes out, and then so now in the end, yeah, you have those things at your disposal. But if Tua's already getting a little bit antsy, he called it for now. If that antsiness turns into frustration and then anger or other words that go even further down the line, then do you really want that? Like, remember there was a lot of drama with Lamar Jackson. Was it now a year plus ago? They got that done, and then they went ahead and settled it. But he was about to be on the franchise tag, and then everyone was coming down on the exclusive, non-exclusive. Would other teams go after him? So do you want to let it get to that point with a quarterback when a lot of other franchises go ahead and they feel very secure with their quarterback? Justin Herbert was taking a pick after him, and then the Chargers went ahead and gave him the big contract before he got to they gave him the 5th year option, but before he even got into year 4. Joe Burrow, same draft class, same thing. And now Trevor Lawrence was a draft class behind Tua, and he got his with the Jaguars. So do you really want to make Tua feel that way after everything you've sort of built up the last couple of years? Is the other thing to consider, even though you have at your disposal.
By the way, we are in hurricane season. Welt and Rayom, that's the number you want to have in your back pocket on your phone. Save it on the cell phone right now, 954-966-4646. And if you happen to be dealing with any damage from any of the storms here the last week, call them anywhere in the state, 954-966-4646. Ask for Jeff Welt. The consultation is completely free, and they have their own adjusters. So they'll send their adjusters, they'll get the work done, and they'll handle the insurance company for you. You won't even have to handle anything. You don't have to make a phone call. All you got to do is pick up a check at Welton Realm. That's all you got to do. Bankruptcy, homeowner property damage, condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury. Welt and Realm, 954-966-4646. Now, we talked about this on Tuesday. That, a lot of people, we're worried about what are you going to pay Waddle? Oh, look at what they're paying Devonta Smith, this, that. And then after you find out, after they do the Waddle deal and they do this deal and they do that deal, most of the deals that Chris Greer and Brian Shore do are pretty responsible, pretty shrewd. They're pretty tough, negotiators. How much of that may be going on with Tua? Because that's the other thing we have to look at too. These guys don't just give away money like what's it called? What was the guy that was here before that is always on ESPN?
Howard? No. Who? I was saying Xavier Howard, but who are you talking about?
No, the GM that was here before. What's his name? Tannenbaum.
Yeah.
Tannenbaum was like Oprah. You get more money, and you get more money, and here's the bonus for you, and here's the bonus. Chris Greer's not like that, dude.
Right.
So, is that what's also going on here? That maybe maybe it's foolish in me thinking, this thing's close, and maybe Chris Greer is being Mr. Shrewd and saying, no, we want to make a deal, but we want to make a deal that protects the Dolphins. What do you think?
Sure, that's something to consider. But now Chris Greer also, while he is very prudent with that money, he values the premium positions in the game. So these days, the wide receivers, the left tackles, the edge rushers. So he's willing to pay those, and then obviously quarterback, the most important position in the game. So assuming that he does indeed believe what he has said, which is that he trusts in Tua and wants him to be playing with the Dolphins at a high level for a long time, then and you need to get the deal done in order to do that. Well, I know we just talked about that. They have 3 years of team control if they want it, but if you want to maintain that relationship while doing it and having them for that extended period of time, then you are willing to spend at the position of quarterback, assuming yes, you do believe that he is the guy, like you've said he is.
Yeah. All right. On the Tyreek side, what happens with Tyreek? I don't believe at all there'll be an extension. I can see him giving him a little guarantees to make him happy for this year. But what are you hearing? Anything on that?
Yeah, maybe that's the route that they go. I think, as we've chronicled here, that
remember they did that with X. Remember they did that with X one year that they just gave him a little extra money that one year, and then they still parted ways, but it didn't get in the way. I can see something. I've been steadfast on this. I really have a hard time believing an extension is going to happen, but who knows? I've been wrong before.
Even the parting of ways was a couple years down the road from that. But yeah, my first training camp covering the Dolphins, then X put out the Instagram post that he was demanding a trade, and then there was a lot of drama. The hold in where he was just stretching, wouldn't practice until he got that trade, and then finally a couple weeks later, the two sides finally settled on it and got him some more guarantees. So. Maybe something like that. I think, as we've detailed on the show, the Dolphins maybe like that flexibility of no guarantees beyond this upcoming season, so that if Tyreek Hill isn't going to change his ways like he has consistently said he is off the field, then they have that flexibility to move on, or if he shows signs of slowing down, because the Dolphins may want to get ahead of that. Instead of paying him extraordinary amounts of money while he starts that decline in production, which he's still playing at a very high level, 1799 in receiving yards last year. Obviously, that's with getting a huge share of the targets, which maybe gets spread out more this year, which we've talked about as well, that he could be in line for less production, but could be of more value to the team if he gets fewer targets, but just produces at a better rate without putting up the huge 1799 figure or going for 2K. If the ball gets spread out more, then that could be even more valuable to the offense as a whole.
I'm with you there. All right, what are you working on the Sentinel so folks can check you out?
Yeah, I think I'll work on a couple things, Dolphins, that I'm still holding on to from our last slew of interviews, talking to Darrell Bevel about how Tua's off-field work or away from the team with John Beck sort of aligns with what the Dolphins would like to see from him, and some Butch Berry stuff on the offensive line. So still got some stories to roll out, and I'll be checking in on the Panthers too. Game 6 watch party. I'll get some fan reaction, and then if there is a Game 7, then I'll go to that too.
All right, you got it. All right, my brother. Appreciate you as always. Have a great weekend. Enjoy yourself tonight. We'll be on tonight on the platform too, having some fun. Hopefully, talking about a Panthers championship. Follow him on Twitter at @DavidFaronis_ and subscribe to the South Florida Sun Sentinel for all of his coverage. David, as always, thank you, my brother. We'll catch up on Tuesday.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You got it. There you go. Welton Rayom, 954-966-4646.
This has been another session of the Welton Rayom Miami Dolphins Report with David Faronis. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help.
We could have the first contract with a clause that takes money away if you break anyone's bones in the offseason. Now, I don't think it has anything to do with that. That's for sure. But you just got to wonder, right? You just got to wonder what's going on. And there is a link to our merchandise shop. We got hats like this. Bitcoin, Big O Show Bitcoin hats. We also got the hats with the Big O Show logo. I don't know if I have one here or not. We got all kinds of different shirts, too. We're going to show them off for you in a little bit. So check it out. Go to our merchandise page. Use that QR code. The link is on our YouTube page, Instagram, and Twitter. You can check it out there. And don't forget, those of you that have ordered the colored shirts and dry fit, we are awaiting those. They are printing those. So we should be getting them in the next week, and then we will be shipping them out. If you ordered white shirts and hats, those things go out right away. we can send those, and I can autograph them too if you want me to, because people have been asking now for some of the hats to be autographed. So I've been autographing those also. So make sure you put that in your invoice when you're online and you're buying it. Make sure you put the note in there that you want it signed, and I will definitely sign it. Okay, so visit our merchandise shop and check it out. But apologies, we are working on the colors, and then that way we will have all of that in inventory. So when people do order it, it'll go out immediately. Like we have all the white ones now in inventory. Now we're working on getting all the colors printed, but 3A Graphics, they're slammed right now. So we kind of got them in a bad spot. So they're squeezing us in there. So just a little patience for those of you that ordered any of the colored shirts or dry fit. We're working on it, and I'm hoping to have them in the next week here where we can try to start sending them out to you all. Okay? Appreciate you all out there. And on the poll question, are you a Bitcoin believer? You don't have to be a buyer to be a believer. You can believe in gold, and you can believe in Tesla and Amazon stock and NVIDIA, but you don't own any. You don't buy it. So that doesn't mean, you could be a believer without buying it. Do you believe it's legitimate now? Because we always have those folks that, thought it was a scam or whatever and all that kind of stuff. So the poll question is there. Are you a Bitcoin believer? Yes or no, it's a scam. Okay? So there you go. Let's see. I'm steadfast on moaning, says Willie. Okay. I like it. The Panther star players got to show up, period. That is true, Chris. I hope there's no game 7. There won't be. It ends tonight. Tonight, you guys come back to the platform and celebrate with us. Okay? Make sure. Silence assassin, because if Tua becomes the MVP and leads the Miami Dolphins to the Super Bowl, they will have to really pay Tua more than what they want to pay him now. That is true. But if there's something that we all know about Chris Greer and company, is that they're shrewd. They don't like just, here's a blank check, go ahead and Ndamukong, you got it. We'll pay you as much as a quarterback. Let's go. That's not the Dolphins anymore, dude. And he's never been like that. So him and Shore always work. And that's the only look. I've been telling you, they got to be close, right? I've been telling you they got to be close. I mean, they're signing the entire team. They got to be close. Okay. So let's look at the other side just in case. Okay. Maybe they are close, but maybe they're also at an impasse. Who knows? I all we know is they haven't signed anything yet. I think this will get done. I'm not worried about it. I've told you guys this. But, until they sign it, there has to be a little bit of concern. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that. But we also have to think of the past. Okay, these guys are shrewd negotiators. So they're going to be shrewd with Tua and everybody else. Because in the end, you saw the Waddle deal. It wasn't anything, oh, my God, they overpaid. And we never say that. We never say that about any of these contracts. So I would imagine they're kind of doing the same thing here. We'll see. I mean, let's give it a few weeks. And, let's get into early July. And then if we don't have anything in early July, then we know there's a serious stalemate. You know what I'm saying? Because right now, it could be haggling over bullshit. You know what I mean? So we'll see. It's interesting. Damn, Bitcoin going up. It is? Yeah. Has it gone up that much? Let me see. See, that's that's the kind of guy I like right there. The guy's disappointed it's going up because he'd rather it stay down so he could take advantage. It's at 64.2. Gone up a little bit, but not much. It's still a phenomenal place to take advantage of. And speaking of Bitcoin, you can make a Bitcoin donation on the show. If you love the show, support us. Make a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. And you know we're friends forever because if you make a Bitcoin donation, you're making one that, is a perpetual donation, and we love that, and we thank you for that. My daughter will thank you for that more than anything else. Goes to her more than anything else. Anyway, Tua will get his money because Stephen Ross is going to make sure it happens. He doesn't really get into that kind of stuff, dude. So, no, I don't think so. Plus, he's the one that wanted Lamar Jackson. So, no, I doubt it. And he's the one that wanted to get Brady. It wasn't Greer and company. Flores wanted Watson. The owner wanted Brady. Well, the other owner wanted Brady because it was his buddy, and he talked Stephen Ross into it. That's kind of the way it went. Let's see. We can't be playing from behind again tonight. I got it. What else? Let me see. Hope everything is okay with Big O. Damn, this call is serious, huh? Oh, hope you share. It's about sports, of course. It was. Can't share a lot of that's the worst part about it. A lot of stuff I can't share. But stuff will eventually, it's kind of like a time release capsule. You ever taken one of those time release capsules? Well, I've got a time release capsule now. And so with time, we shall release. We shall enlighten. We shall inform. We shall educate. Or as we foolishly like to say, we will edumacate. Okay? With time. But, yeah. It bothers me how the national media thinks that that was actual front office that was going after Brady and Watson. Well, because they don't have the insight. That's all. Ownership is the one. And it was the other owner, Bruce, that talked the other owner into, let's go get Brady. So that, and then the coach wanted Watson. These guys wanted Tua. They drafted Tua. They wanted Tua. They've been committed to Tua. But even if they're committed to any player, there's one thing, they'll be shrewd about their negotiations because they want Waddle. They traded back in to get Waddle, and now they signed him. And did they bend over backwards and give him like this? No, they gave him a fair contract, one that was fair to them, fair for him, not a crazy, ridiculous contract. And that is the norm for these guys. So that's where, in a way, foolishly on my part, I might take that for granted in this. Oh, yeah, no, they'll get it done. But then you also have to think about who you're talking about. These guys aren't schmucks. These guys actually, they work at it. Let me see. Now I'm just seeing something here on the crypto side that came up on the timeline, so I wanted to check it out to make sure there wasn't anything important, and it wasn't anything earth-shattering. So we will leave it there. What else do we have here? Let me go. What do we have? What do we have on Instagram, by the way? The Panthers need to score first. It will be easier to control the tempo for checking when we're not playing from behind, says Miami to Manhattan. I agree. Heat and Lakers fan just joined. I see. Franklin Stan. Albello 305, Cassandra 369, Gable's Comic. Thank you all out there tuning in on Instagram. Appreciate all of you out there. Let's see, what else do we have? Tua has no excuse this year. He has weapons. They are loaded. Yet again, kid needs to learn how to beat the good teams when it counts. No more excuses. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it must be all his fault that they lose to the good teams, right? Must be all. I mean, I love hearing one stupid person like Chris Jordan repeat what another stupid person said and another stupid person said, right? Right, Chris? Because he lost the Ravens game, but then he beat the Ravens 2 years in a row. So it's only this year, but it doesn't count when he does beat them in other years. So it's only on him. I see. So it was on him against Kansas City in that first game when Tyreek fumbles away and also drops the bomb. That was points. So that was on him. Okay. All right. Okay. So I love stupid football fans. You're the easiest people to pick on. Because if you think that it's all on the quarterback the entire time, that's the problem with stupid people. And there's a lot of stupid people. And that's why people like Chris Jordan say stupid things. Because you don't think for yourself and you just repeat what another moronic media member, some dumbass on television, some idiot on a podcast somewhere on YouTube. So, you just keep repeating those things. That's all. It's all good. Anyway. Do I think Philly makes an offer? Well, Troy, I'm glad you asked about that. I am really glad you asked about that, Troy Ortiz, because I have a story about that. So Jimmy Butler could be in play now. And why could he be in play? Well, you ask, and I shall deliver. Apparently, Philadelphia's interest in Paul George has significantly waned in recent days, and the franchise is expected to be aggressive elsewhere with its salary cap flexibility and draft capital leading into next week's NBA draft. Sources tell The Athletic and Shams Charania. Officially, Philadelphia and George cannot talk or negotiate yet, but under the terms of the CBA, he can only negotiate with his current team, the Clippers. And right now, while the talks with the 76ers could start on June 30th, but in the tampering world of the NBA sides, we'll have at least some groundwork discussions at this point. Philadelphia is looking for a high-level wing to put between Embiid and Tyrese. Someone who can lift the Sixers to a title. Daryl Morey, I would say the biggest need is someone at the wing who can play and deliver at a high level in the playoffs. George said in his podcast this week that what matters most to him in free agency is not chasing a championship, but playing in the right style of basketball. I mean, for sure, contributing to winning basketball, but people are saying chasing a championship. Like, it's not that, but it's playing the right style of basketball. That's what I'm chasing. For George, what is the right style of basketball? Well, next to James Harden and Kawhi Leonard, he was an all-star who averaged 22 points a game with his highest shooting efficiency, 61% true shooting percentage, while his usage rate was down slightly. He had a strong defensive performance. George finished 2 spots back of making an all-star, an NBA all-NBA team this past season. So, for Philly, it means to turn the focus to names like Brandon Ingram, who's definitely available via trade, Anunoby from the Knicks, and even Zach LaVine has been another name that has come up, sources told NBC Sports, but there's limited interest, no traction there. So why might the negotiations have fallen off? Because George might be close to a deal with the Clippers, which could be announced at any time. All right. So no mention of Jimmy Butler. Now, that doesn't mean anything because over the guys that they're talking about, I'd rather have Butler over those guys. So it's up to the guy that they described as Jimmy Butler. There's no other guy proven in the playoffs. No, last time I checked, let's see. Let's go over that list again. Anunoby, did he take somebody to the championship? No, I don't think so, right? I don't think he took somebody to a championship. Zach LaVine take somebody to a championship? No. Brandon Ingram? No. Jimmy Butler? Couple times. Yeah, I would say it's Jimmy Butler, the guy they're describing. They don't want to, maybe this is, a negotiation play. They don't want to look desperate because then the Heat know that they desperately want him. So then the Heat have a little bit more leverage. Whereas you want to kind of look like you're lukewarm interest. So then that way you try to give up as least as possible for Jimmy Butler, even though you're interested, but you don't want to necessarily give away the house. So what's going to happen with Jimmy Butler? And it's not a matter, Troy, of Philly making an offer to Jimmy. It's a matter of Philly and the Heat talking because Jimmy's under contract. And Sharania is right. I'm sure there's some level of tampering. Philly and the Morey and Butler's agent had to have had some kind of, what's that called? What a burner phone type conversations. Hey, is your guy interested? Would be, okay, before I, make the call and go through all of this shit, hey, and let's talk. Let's get a feel for what the extension. All right, we'll give him the extension. This is what we're talking about. Okay, good. Boom, boom. And then, you're off and running. So some kind of tampering has had to have gone and taken place. The question is, because, the Heat's full of shit about trying to keep him and stay steady and go up. Now, they want to move his ass. Jimmy's full of shit about talking about, I want to be here and all that kind of. Now, he wants to get paid and he doesn't care where it's at. And he doesn't want to play 75 games because he can't. So what's going to happen? We got the draft a week away. Maybe something gives from now to the draft. I hope so, because I don't believe the Heat have any shot whatsoever with the status quo. So you need to make some changes, and one of them is the Jimmy Butler era was great, but you need to turn the page. You couldn't find the other star. You don't have him on the team, so you have no shot at winning a title next year. Zero. So go trade Butler and go get yourself a bunch of draft capital and see what you can do from there on out. That's what I would do if I'm them. You tried. God bless you. You brought in Jimmy. You couldn't find the other star. Can't blame you. You tried at least. You got the most out of it. 3 Eastern Conference trips, 2 NBA final trips. I don't think any of us would have ever even expected one of each. You would have told me in a 5-year stretch, you're going to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals and the NBA Finals once. I think we all would have taken that. 3 and 2. Yeah, that's pretty freaking amazing. So what's going to happen with Jimmy? Is Philly interested? Maybe we'll find out in the next week or two. All right. Let's see. Tua also won the comeback player of the year. That speaks volumes. I mean, whatever, man. Let's see. I think Tyreek's son burned his house down because all the drop passes and fumbles. That could be true. Need a dude to step up in big moments or in big games. That's what's been missing. Typical of Mr. Negative. Now he comes back, claims he can't talk about the news he just got. Yeah. So, what are you watching for, bro? You know, if you don't like me, why are you even watching? Here, let's block you. That way, block Sergio Morejon. Sergio Morejon. Get rid of this clown. I mean, bro, if you don't like me, just get lost. We'll block you automatically. So that way you don't even have to contribute anymore. And you don't even have to watch if you want, bro. You can get lost. I love these guys. Yeah. You know, I do what I want to do whenever the hell I want to do it. You know, when I knew Wilkins was gone, I didn't talk about it till after, but that's kind of the way it goes. I don't talk about Jordan Love knowing that Flo wanted Jordan Love and didn't want Tua. Happens, dude. You know, if you don't know the history, what can I tell you? But eventually you will find out a lot of the stuff that you'll never find out anywhere else. So, but listen, I got this. Look, this is how I do it. Okay. I barely ever watch ESPN. I don't watch any of the talking head shows. Why? Because I don't like them. So if you don't like me, why are you commenting on the chat board and why are you watching? That's what I want to know. What is wrong with you? You're watching and commenting on a show that you don't like? That's stupid, dude. That's pretty ignorant on your part. You know what I'm saying? So I'm helping you even more now. Okay? I just literally kicked your ass out of it. So there's more reason to dislike me and for you to leave. Perfect. And by the way, I will not lose 1 ounce of sleep. Anyway, congratulations to the Boston Celtics. Even though they got the perfect draw, they won, bro. I'm not into that shit. Okay, so the Heat got lucky in the bubble because it was the same situation. So the Heat got lucky last year that they got to the finals, right? Because that's the truth, right? That's real luck. Not what Boston. No. What Boston did this year was not luck. What the Heat did last year, my brother, was luck. Okay? No Giannis and Embiid injured. That's luck, my brother. That's real luck. Okay? That's luck. I mean, whatever, man. They had the best record in the league. They won. They were the best team in the league. And they went and won it and proved it and proved to everybody, including me, wrong, that they don't choke and they'll win it all. Anyways, I'm all for the Heat going with the youth movement, even if it doesn't mean we'll be title contenders, but we will need to move on from this current era. Yeah. You weren't really a title contender. Let's be honest. It's just that you've got the greatest coach out there and you've overachieved. That's kind of what it is. There's no asterisk for the Celtics winning a championship. They were clearly the better. I know. It's just, that is just silly Heat hate from people. I mean, it's just a Heat fan that is just bitter for no reason at all. Ray Martinez, brother, again. Dude, you're out of control. I love you, man. Holy crap. Another Bitcoin donation from Ray Martinez. Thank you, my man. Holy shit, dude. You are a freaking stud. Thank you, my man. Appreciate that. Happy Friday. Vacation mode gone 10 days. Go Cats. All right. Good for you, bro. Enjoy yourself, Ray. Thank you, my man. Very nice of you. Cash App or Venmo. You can make even a Bitcoin donation like Ray Martinez did again and again and again and again and again. Thank you, Ray. Very nice of you, my brother. Very nice of you. And a sweet ass Bitcoin donation. There's nothing like that. I really appreciate that. All right, let's do it. Manny Navarro and our Canes Wear Miami Hurricanes report.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. If you're a Miami sports fan, there's only one store to go to, and that's Canes Wear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your Inter Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2655 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or intermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Canes Wear, the spot where Inter Miami and all Miami sports fans shop. Time for Canes fans to get what they want. Information, insight, and perspective. It's the Canes Wear Miami Hurricanes Report with Manny Navarro. Exclusively on the Big O Radio Show. Here's Big O and insider Manny Navarro.
Where you headed, man? Where you headed? I see you're in the passenger seat.
Yes. I got my best friend came into town on vacation with his daughter. We're going to go play some pickleball in the afternoon here and hang out and have a good time. So I apologize for missing the 11 o'clock window, man. I looked for the email this morning and I'm like, man, I usually see this thing and I missed it. So I thought maybe I was going 11:30 today. So I apologize. A little late for the fans who tuned in at 11. My bad.
We're both Cuban, so right? So it's second nature to us. The other thing is, as I've told you many times over the years, we're digital, baby.
That's right. You could go anytime.
We flow, we flow. And so I can talk, I can buy time, I'm good. I don't need to take 10-minute commercial breaks to try to think of what am I going to talk for the next 8 minutes? We're good, bro. So it's all good in the hood. All right, so walk us through right now. What is Mario doing now at this point? Is it just full rest time now for coaches?
Well, they got the last recruiting weekend this weekend before the dead period sort of sets in. So this is the final recruiting weekend, but he will have a week or two essentially where they can relax a little bit, right? They can take their foot off the gas a little bit, but guys are still training in the off season. They're working with the strength and conditioning coaches and all that kind of stuff. So, the thing with Mario is, brother, Mario does not take time off. Like if he does, it's a day or 2 days. And if he does, it's like he's on the phone the whole time. He's working. So it's just the life of a head coach. But I'm hoping for his sake, for his health, for his, just making sure he doesn't drive himself crazy, that he takes a few days off for sure.
Yeah, I would imagine. That's why, because I wonder, like, at this point, and so recruiting-wise, what are the targets right now?
Well, I mean, look, they've got 10 commitments at the moment. They picked up a couple this week, which we'll talk about later. But they have other guys that they're in on that they're looking at this weekend. Again, a lot of guys have already come in and visited the last few weeks. So, I mean, they're after some of the best guys in the country, man, in the 2025 cycle. And so to me, it's one of the guys that's here this weekend, Epinesa. You might remember his brother who plays for the Bills.
Yeah. Right.
Iosa, he's down here this weekend in Miami. There's a bunch of different guys. I don't even remember all of them off the top of my head. But again, it's one of those things. You bring these national guys in from other parts of the country. You hope that they have a really good visit. You can build off of that, and then if you have a really good season, you cash in and you get them in November, December when it matters.
Yeah, no, that's what because obviously with the recruiting, a little rest. Now you're getting ready. Training camp wise, injuries. What do we know of going into the season? I would imagine the running back.
Mark Fletcher's supposedly working his way back from that injury, and they obviously went out and got Damian Martinez to have that insurance policy, to have a guy that could be a number one and let Mark Fletcher sort of be the number two guy behind him once he's fully healthy. So again, everybody who missed the spring, all the guys who had surgery on their shoulders, all that kind of stuff, they're at this point in the summer, they're back working out. They're back getting ready for the start of fall camp in late July, early August. And so I don't anticipate there being any long lingering injuries that tail into the season besides Mark Fletcher, who, again, will his foot be ready for August 31st? Maybe not. Maybe he can't give you all of himself for August 31st, but if you need him for 5-10 carries, he's there, and you got Damian Martinez for the rest.
All right, so tell me about the Mamba's nephew.
Oh, yes, I wrote an article on him for The Athletic this week. Jet Washington is his name. He's a 6'4", 200-pound safety right now, but he's only 16 years old. He's a sophomore in high school, the son of Kobe Bryant's oldest sister, and just a good kid, man. His dad played running back at the University of Washington in the 90s. His mom played volleyball at Temple. Kobe's his uncle, so like he's obviously got the DNA. Just a silky smooth runner, a guy that could potentially move to wide receiver. So we'll see. We'll see where he's at in his development in a year or two. But he, again, 16-year-old sophomore going into his junior year. He won a state championship in basketball. At Bishop Gorman, averaging 14 points and 8 boards, scored 33 points when his team went to go play at Crypto Arena in LA, where of course his uncle was the star, and just a starter on a national championship winning high school team. So just a really interesting person. I hope people get a chance to check out the article in The Athletic. It's already been viewed by hundreds of thousands and probably one of my most popular stories ever.
All right. What are you working on in The Athletic so folks can check you out, my friend, as you work your way to pickleball?
Well, first of all, there's tons of stuff to read besides what I write. All of our college football writers have been pouring out content. Bruce Feldman just put out his projected playoff field, the 12 teams he thinks that are going to make it. And the University of Miami is among those 12. I'm not going to tell you where he ranked them, but yes, he has them ranked. And I think they're going to be a team that contends for a spot, and so do a lot of other guys. So we there's a ton of stuff to read there. I'm going to have more stories. There's ACC mailbags, all types of content from a big college football perspective.
All right, and make sure you follow him on Twitter at Manny_Navarro and catch his work there at The Athletic. Manny, enjoy the pickleball. Enjoy the weekend, my brother. We will catch up on Tuesday. Thank you.
All right, brother. You take care.
You got it. There you go. The great Manny Navarro, as always, with our Caneswear Miami Hurricanes report. We were there on Wednesday broadcasting live. And let me tell you, bro, the place is beautiful. Brett has got that place loaded. Miami Fanwear has got everything for you. Dolphins, Heat, Marlins, Panthers, Inter Miami, and they've got Caneswear. They got anything and everything practically with a Canes logo on it. You got to check it out, from sneakers to neon signs to license tags, all kinds of plates and stickers and shirts and hats and jerseys, you name it. They've got all kinds of great stuff for Inter Miami, from kits, which are jerseys, T-shirts, hats, flags, all kinds of stuff, man. So get on down there. You want to get something new for the Heat, something Dolphins related, they've got it for you. Go to 2655 South University Drive in Davie. Use our code BIG010. You will get 10% off. And if you can't go there in person, online, you order over $99, you will get free shipping, and use our code BIG010, and you will get 10% off on top of the free shipping. It's a beautiful thing at Caneswear.com.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at Caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
All right. Now, John Rigoni is an absolute stud. And let me tell you something. If you're looking for, right there, custom tailored graphics designs and any kind of help you need for your business, call my guy, John Rigoni. And he has designed all of our shirts and hats. This is our Bitcoin hat. And so just want to give you a little flavor. You could go to our merchandise shop and check it out. We've got all the shirts in white in stock. We are waiting for the color shirts. They will get in, I hope, by next week. We will start getting all the colored shirts and all the orders. If you ordered any colored shirts, those orders hopefully will start going out finally next week. Overall, 3A Graphics doing an amazing job with the embroidery, as you can see here. See? I know there's a glare. But anyway, and then here are the shirts. First of all, here you go, a little Dolphins. So you got the truth on Dolphins football. Okay. There you go. And then we got one that we made for the truth for South Florida sports. And again, the graphics and everything are absolutely awesome. The shirts are excellent quality overall. And then this one, of course, if you're a fan like I am of the old logo, bring the old logo back. You can order all these shirts in colors too. We got specific colors for each. Like this shirt, you could get it in black, gray, orange, or aqua, and white. Then we got a couple of blind ass fan shirts. This is one of them. This is one right here. Right? And again, you can order it in a couple colors too. You don't want to order it in white. The other blind ass fan, of course, is the one with the donkey. You know, like not for because the show really isn't for the blind ass fan. And again, John Rigoni did an excellent job. Sean, if you could put the QR code so people can get the merchandise. You guys can put it with your phone, lock it in. This is the Bitcoin shirt. There you go. That's the logo I have on the hat, the same one. There you go. So for you Bitcoiners that watch the show, like yours truly, you could do it. Then we got the 305 Dolphins. See? These are all there on our merch page, and the link is on the link is here on our YouTube page, on our Twitter page, on our Instagram page. This 305, by the way, is the Canes one. And we have one for the Heat. We have one for the Panthers. We have one for here's Inter. And again, they come in multiple colors. Like this one, you could get it in pink, black, and white. And then, you know, I showed you my hat. And if you want the white Bitcoin hat, you could get that there too. The black Bitcoin hat. Right there. That's the one I got on. And then we got the Big O Show hat. And the Big O Show hat, you get it in black or white. And the other one also says the same thing, live on YouTube daily. And then this is for my best friend, Bill Preston, who started this show with me 4 years ago. And he passed away a couple of years ago. We lost him to freaking cancer. And so in honor of Bill, on the back of the Big O Show hats, not the Bitcoin hats, the Big O Show hats, we have to honor my man Bill. We put in the back of the hats, Bill Preston forever. That's what the 4E stands for. Miss you, brother. Always will. But anyway, if you want to support our show, lots of merch. Rigoni's working on a really funky Bitcoin Big O Show shirt, like a really colorful one, you know? So we're trying to work on that. And then we'll start adding other stuff. But first, let's catch up with the color stuff. And then slowly but surely, then we'll add a shirt on top of all of that. But, you know, we've bum rushed 3A Graphics with all kinds of shirts, all kinds of colors and all that. So we got to pump the brakes. So for now, that's what we have. And we got a bunch of, there's more merch on the website. I just showed you most of the shirts. There's another Bitcoin shirt there that I didn't show you. That's there also that you can order. There's a couple of other things there that you can check it out. And we always appreciate. However, listen, hitting the hell out of the like button every time, visiting our amazing sponsors, that's very important. Donations, all of these things keep us alive, dude. Keep us going and keep us giving you hopefully the best info too on local sports. All right, what else do we have? I hope Mario has been reviewing all the possible scenarios, which is best to take a knee and memorizing them. That's a good one, Jansville. I love that. Oh, man. What else? I find myself watching coverage that I don't like, and I catch myself and shut that shit right off. It's garbage. The thing that bothers me most about the Celtics winning is that they're sore winners, talking trash about the Heat when they beat us round one. Why even mention us? Why not enjoy the win? Well, maybe because they've been a thorn in their side. Yeah, it's a damn good organization. You got to deal with the Heat. That's a pain in the ass, and everybody knows it. Great organizations. Cutter's Edge Pro, great organization. William Quigley, dominating Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach counties, making South Florida more beautiful than ever. That's what they do. They make your home beautiful. They make your HOA complex beautiful. They make your business beautiful. They increase the value. So when you put landscaping, you're also investing in your property and you're increasing the value. Not only are you doing that, I also want to remind you, we got to think about climate. The more trees you put, the more you put around your home, the more shade you have, the cooler your yard is, the cooler, if you have a lot of trees in your backyard, now you got a lot of shade. Now it's a lot cooler. You can actually hang out in your backyard. If you got no trees or nothing and you got the sun beating down, man, you can't be outside. And then if you got more trees around your home, it cools your home down. It's a lot easier for the AC to work inside. Believe it or not, all these things in storms, wind, a lot of these trees and brushes, they break up the wind. And it protects your home too on top of all of that. I mean, there's so many positives about landscaping. I've already mentioned a whole bunch. It's one of the greatest investments that you will ever make with your home. It improves it. It makes it even more valuable, and it makes it more energy efficient, and it makes it more bearable because it's unbearable to be outside sometimes. But I've noticed when I'm under my Sylvester tree, all of a sudden it's like 15 degrees, cooler, and it's just I find myself and my dogs hanging out under the trees, and that's because it makes it a lot more bearable and being out in the sun. So load it up, man. Call Cutter's Edge Pro, 954-472-0622. Anyway, Panthers. Everything's on the line tonight, man. History is on the line tonight for the Panthers. Biggest game ever in the Cats' history. Biggest game ever, dude. This is a game that there's a lot on the line for Bill water bottle throwing Zito. There's a lot on the line for Paul Maurice. Paul Maurice can't lose this series because all his work goes down the drain. You choke away a 3-0 lead. Paul will talk it down like he should. He's not going to panic like he shouldn't. But let's be honest. Deep down inside, he's thinking about it like, we got to get this shit done. because I don't want to be the coach that led a 3-0 team to lose a Stanley Cup. So there's a lot on the line for Maurice. There's a lot on the line for Bill Zito. There's a lot on the line for this Cats franchise. They have this ownership group has worked their asses off. They spent a ton of money to get to this point. And when you get to this point, you want to finish it off. There's a lot on the line for Tkachuk. He needs it. You saw how badly he wants it at the end of that game for that save. I mean, I can't admire that guy more than I do now. He is amazing, and he fights, and he does anything and every. I love Matthew Tkachuk. That is one of my favorite Panthers of all time. Not his talent, his character, his fire, his determination, his desire. I love it. But there's a lot on the line for him because he's part of this. There's a lot on the line for Bob because he's had a lot of downs, not as many ups. And lately now you've had a really up season because last season was a lot of downs in that season too, because he's had a lot of downs since he signed that contract. This is the one season that he's put together that is Vezina Cup worthy, and he's been amazing in the playoffs. He cannot end his run like this. He can't go out like this. There's a lot on the line for a lot of people, from owners to front office to coaches to players, everyone. The entire fan base has been waiting for this moment. The hardcore, which is that small group of hockey fans that would go to all the games, that has been talking hockey no matter when. If it was Olli Jokinen, it was Paul Loss, it doesn't matter who the hell was playing over the last 30 years. They were always there, but they were never getting the attention. They were never getting the praise because they didn't earn it. So there's a lot on the line because those people have been selling and talking hockey for years here in South Florida. I'm one of them also. I've been pumping them up. And there's a lot on the line because a win gets everybody off the hook. A win gets the people that were selling hockey for years to say, you see, buy in now. Let's go. And a win will just overload your bandwagon going into the next season. You lose this Stanley Cup, which I believe they're going to win tonight, but I'm just saying, I got to talk about what could happen, okay? You end up going backwards after everything you did. The average fan, that person that you want to get on the bandwagon, they're going to say, same old Panthers. They just teased us. They're not going to look at Reinhardt. They're not going to look at Barkov, and they're not going to look at Tkachuk, and they're not going to look at Tarasenko. And they're not going to give a shit about Bennett. They're not going to give a shit that the team is loaded, actually. And Zito's a great GM, and we got great owners, and they're not going to look at any of that. They're going to look at it, and they're going to paint it with the same brush of same old Panthers. Just teased us like back in the 90s. Because that's what, Joe fan that doesn't really follow hockey is going to say. When it's not even the truth, but that's what they'll say. There's a lot on the line. There is a ton on the line. You could go backwards massively if you lose this series. And you can move forward massively if you win this series. Because once you become a world champion, it changes everything. So we'll see what happens tonight. Hopefully with Cousins and Lomberg getting more playing time. Okpaso has kind of failed a lot of times when he's had opportunities. I still remember, I think it was the Boston series where he had a point blank shot and couldn't also capitalize on it. And it's all there, man. It's all there. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. Why don't we, folks? Let's rock out. Alan Blanco and the great people at 3A Graphics. We just told you. There you go. Custom printing and embroidery. We love it. Panthers and Oilers tonight. 8 o'clock is the face-off. Oilers favored by a goal and a half, plus 215. If you want to get plus 1.5 for the Panthers, it's minus 265. The over and under is 5.5 goals. Panthers plus 100 on the money line, and the Oilers are minus 120 on the money line tonight. Argentina defeated Canada last night in Copa America 2-0, 70,000. Saw Messi play, did not score, but the boys did rip Atlanta for the field conditions because apparently they had artificial turf 2 days ago and changed it. What a bunch of clowns in Atlanta. What a bunch of clowns overall for them to do that. Anyway, I saw Messi's presser. He spoke more in their post-game presser than he does an entire year here in Inter. It's amazing. Anyway, that is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. Oh, one more thing. Lakers signed J.J. Redick to a 4-year deal. Forgot about that. Although I was checking that out. So J.J. Redick gets a 4-year deal. He averages $8 million per season. And then I started to read the article, and Greg Popovich and Steve Kerr get paid $16, $17 million per year. Spo's at 15. He just signed a new contract. Why isn't Spo the highest paid coach in the NBA? He's better than Kerr and Popovich. I found that weird. I wonder how I wonder how his agent didn't negotiate that he has the best contract in the NBA. How is that? How does Steve Kerr get paid more than Spo when Spo's been coaching longer and he's better? Way better. Like, it's not even close. It's not even close anymore with Spo and Popovich. Popovich has only shown me that he can win with good players. He can't even do shit with mediocre players or average players. The guy can't even make the playoffs anymore. Spo will make the playoffs with anybody. He'll get scrubs and go 31-10. Popovich couldn't do that in his dreams. I'm dead serious about this. Absolutely dead serious about this. The whole Popovich thing, that shit is dead and gone. He was the best coach in the league until Spo, became Spo. But there's zero comparisons between the two. Zero. Like, Spo is way better than Popovich. I only see Popovich as one kind of coach with stars. That's it. I've seen Spo coach everybody and succeed and make everybody better around him constantly. To me, it's not even a discussion anymore. I saw it and I go, wow, Spo's agent sucks. Yeah, no, you do a shit job. I don't know who his agent is. I don't know the name, but you, sir, you suck. How did you not hold out for Spo to get the most money and negotiate that if anybody passes it, the next year we go $1 over that? I'm not exactly sure how Spo is not the best paid coach in the NBA. Okay? Spo might be the best coach in all of pro sports. That's the way I look at that dude. He might be the best coach in all of pro sports. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't know how he gets paid less. Spo, fire your agent, bro. Fire your agent. I know it's only a million or two or whatever, but it's principle. It's principle. You're better than Popovich, and you're definitely better than Steve Kerr. Jesus Christ. That's not even a discussion. Wow. Oh, did you know on this day 12 years ago that the Heat won their second championship? Maybe the Panthers win tonight. They will. So that's the ugliest shirt I've ever seen. Which one? There's a lot of ugly ones. Why didn't you make any shirts that say blind ass media? It's only fair. A lot of media personnel suck. Yeah. We could make those, but nobody would buy those. So they're buying the blind ass fan shirts because that's kind of a saying on the show. If you haven't figured that out yet, you might not be too smart. So maybe that might be the issue. If they lose this series, though, I don't think this organization will ever recover from this. Even if they make it all the way next year with a 3-0 lead, no one's going to care until they lift the cup. Well, it will be. You will not believe in them. That will the trust will be completely gone. Yes, you're right about that. So, let's see. Relax. We got this W as Oddball would say. Why don't you knock it off with them negative waves? Why don't you dig how beautiful it is out here? There we go. Yeah, Messi spoke in that lone post-game interview more than the entire year at Inter Miami. It's amazing. Trump had a chance to go all in bit too and did not. Bit was big during the Trump years too. Both parties suck. Both parties will now say they're all about it. It's politics. No, Jerry. No. Don't do that. That's a lie. Biden and Trump are phonies. Neither one of those idiots know anything about Bitcoin or crypto or nothing like that. Trump was up until 2 months ago. I like the dollar. I want the dollar to be the dominant. You know, he was saying that stupid shit. Now he's on the Bitcoin bandwagon because of voting. He's pandering. I agree with you, but don't say party. See, that shows, Jerry, that you don't know anything and you don't follow crypto. Okay? Because on the Republican side, we have, and I'm saying we as in crypto people, we have a ton of allies. Patrick McHenry has been a godsend to us in crypto. He has been fighting Gary Gensler and calling all these people out constantly. Mark Emmer has been ripping them an ass. They're all Republican senators. Cynthia Loomis, Republican. Go look at, what is it? Mississippi, Wyoming, Texas, Florida, all Republican governors. And they're all into Bitcoin mining and allowing Bitcoin mining. All the Republican states, not all of them, but a lot of the states that are mining are Republican-led governors. So when you say both parties, you're full of shit, you're uneducated, you have no idea what you're talking about, and you're better off not saying a damn thing. You're all right in most circles because most people don't know anything about crypto, don't know anything what's going on, and they don't follow it, my brother. But on this show, I'm the wrong person to do that with, okay? And I don't care about Republicans or Democrats. I'm going to call it like I see it. But when it comes to the Republican Party, my brother, please don't say that. The Republican Party is pro-Bitcoin, pro-crypto. And without the Republican Party, without the Patrick McHenrys, without the Cynthia Loomises of the world, we'd be dead in the water. I don't like Cancun Cruz. That coward left his people in the middle of a winter storm in Texas and went to Cancun. But he's pro-Bitcoin. The Texas governor is pro-Bitcoin, and he's got plenty of mining going on. He works with, put it this way, Texas works with the miners so well that when they were having issues with their grid, They asked the miners to stop mining for a bit to help them with the grid. And guess what they did? They stopped mining. That's how much they're working in conjunction. So when you say both parties, I know you know nothing and you don't know what you're talking about. Now, if you want to talk about both idiots, Biden and Trump, I'm with you there. Neither one of those idiots know anything about crypto, but Biden especially, not Trump, Biden especially is out to get crypto, out to get us, out to block it from us. That's why he still blocked the bill when it was all said and done. He is truly anti-crypto, no matter what he says. At least Trump is pro-crypto now because the people around him have talked to him, even from Vivek Ramaswamy and everyone else has told them the positives of Bitcoin and crypto. So now he's leaning that way. But it's not because the idiot knows anything, but his party is really strong at it. And again, I'm not pro-Republican. I'm not pro-Democrat. I'm pro-American. I'm about what's best for us. And I've been pro-crypto from the get-go for years now. I've been telling you, but I know who's who and what's what. So, get your facts straight before you say it, because then you sound stupid. You sound uneducated. You sound exactly like what you sound. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. There's a ton of examples that the Republican Party is as pro-Bitcoin as it gets, dude. And there's a ton of examples that the Democratic Party is as anti-Bitcoin and crypto because they want to control us with CBDCs. Educate yourself, my brother. Clearly, you don't watch this show and pay attention, or you're like those people that live with, you're just a bleeding heart Democrat, or you're just like a sore ass Republican, and you only see one thing and you only hear whatever is positive for you or negative against you. That's it. There's no objectivity. So if you're one of those, you have no shot to survive on this show. Anyway. School them, Big O. I think we just did. Did you see Marathon is heating a town of 11,000 people, I think, in Finland from the Bitcoin mining heat? That's efficiency. Yep. Kelly's Heroes. Oh, you guys talking a little classic movies now? What's going on? I know plenty, Big O. I learned it from my apologies for saying parties. I should have said Trump and Biden. Oh, okay. There you go. Trump and Biden are complete idiots. But I got to give the Republicans, I give people the credit that they deserve, bro. And tons of Republicans are pro-Bitcoin, dude. I mean, what was that vote? Let me see if I can. Where was that vote? Let me see here. Hold on. Let me send it to Sean. I gotta find it first, and then I can send it to Sean. When this last bill that was shot down by Biden, and it passed barely, but it passed. But I'm going to show you something. So, this is for everybody. So you guys can educate yourselves. Sean, here you go. I'm going to send it to you now. I'm going to send you this picture. Bring it up as quick as you can, sir. I appreciate that. As always. There we go. It has been sent. All right. There we go. Where is Bitcoin, by the way, at the moment? Bitcoin is at 63,620. God, beautiful buying zone. Beautiful buying zone. Damn. That is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. All right, let's see what we got here. What do we got? We got anything on Instagram, by the way? What do we got? Tony Bethan has joined us. Boss's Orders has joined us. Ruben Nick Sater. Juan Michael. Andres. Wildman. White Yoda. The White Yoda. What you got to respect the White Yoda. Now, you see? Look at that vote. Look at that vote. Yay, Republicans, 204. Nays, Democrats, 203 assholes. 203 complete fucking assholes. This was a bill to allow banks to hold crypto for people now, which would have made it easy for a lot of you because a lot of you are super intimidated with a cold storage wallet and going into an exchange and I got to connect my credit card and all this. I mean, I've heard it all from all my friends and people that I've had to like walk through all the different trepidations. I've heard them all because it's 4 years of this and having to, set people up and all that. And I've heard all and I know friends that won't do it because they're just intimidated by the whole thing. Because you grew up with a bank doing all the work for you. This was a bill to allow banks. The banks wanted this. The banks hated crypto, hated Bitcoin because they knew that it was going to take them down. But now that it's the toothpaste out of the tube, they can't do anything about it. They can't put it back in the tube. Okay, banks said, okay, well then, adapt or die. Okay, we'll hold Bitcoin for people and they'll, charge a service charge and all. Same thing they've been doing with your money. Same thing they'll do with Bitcoin. They'll charge you for holding the Bitcoin or your crypto, which they don't need to because the rest of us that are smart, like the Ocala Joes and the Brooklyn Robs of the world and the Lisa's that are watching me, they don't need a bank to hold their crypto. I don't need a bank to hold my crypto. Sean doesn't need a bank to hold his crypto. We all have it in our wallets. We don't need it. But there were going to be banks there. The banks wanted it. Everybody was for it. Democrats got together. Nah, we don't want Bitcoin to succeed. We want CBDCs so we can control you. Like we try to control the world and no, we're taking your money and we're taking your money and you don't do what we want. We take your money and they empower the money. They politicize the money. So they want to make sure they can control our money because the CBDCs, they can turn anything off. That's it. Nope. Can't buy this. Can't buy that. Sorry. 203 said nay. Everyone from that party. And I don't care about Democrats or Republicans, but that pisses me off. Thank you, Sean. I just speak the facts here, man. I don't give a shit about either side. But I know who's who and what's what. And that's horse shit there. Absolute horse shit. Big O, thanks for educating me on the greatest soccer players in the world have in common. Oh, yes. The shortness. Yeah, a lot of people don't even realize that. But it's really, where are our short Americans? What the hell have they been doing? They could have been making a lot of money. The dollar isn't even the dollar anymore. We should come up with a new name for it. 68 cents. I don't even think it's that much. Might be 20 cents. Banks want it, but the Federal Reserve doesn't want to touch it. Don't understand. Well, the Federal Reserve is being controlled by whatever party's in charge. That's the problem. So if you have a Democrat in charge, they're going to influence the Federal Reserve. If you have a Republican in charge, they'll influence. The Federal Reserve is no longer an independent office. It is completely politicized. So Gensler and Powell and Yellen and Biden and Warren, they're all in cahoots. They're all working under whatever Biden, Yellen, and Warren, those three idiots, whatever they say, they do. That's all. The Ethereum ETFs were dead in the water until next year. And all of a sudden they got approved because Biden and his campaign said, if we don't get off this anti-crypto stance, we're going to lose millions of votes. So anyway, it is what it is, guys. You do what you want. You look at it however you want to look at it. Shorter athletes have a big advantage when you have to run long distances, stop and go a lot. Long legs get harder to turn over after a while. That is very true. It's a great point, Mark. Excellent point. Excellent point. You are correct, sir. Let me get to some birthdays here, folks. Why don't we do that? Okay, let's get to some birthdays here. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Here we are. All right, let's go with musicians born on this date, on June 21st, 1985. One of my daughter's favorites, Lana Del Rey, born Elizabeth Woolridge Grant, born on this date in 1985. Brandon Flowers, big fan of The Killers. The singer was born on this date in 1981. Michael Einzinger, another band I like a lot, from the American rock band Incubus. Let's see who else. Mark Brzezicki, drummer for the Scottish rock band In a Big Country. Dreams stay with you. All right. Let's see. He was born in 1957 on this date. Niles Lofgren. Neil Young, E Street Band, all kinds of stuff. Nils was born on this date in 1951. The great Joey Kramer, another drummer with Aerosmith, born on this date in 1950. Greg Munford, from the psychedelic rock band Strawberry Alarm Clock. Incense and Peppermints. Born on this date in 1949. 1948, guitarist Joey Molland with the band Badfinger. Come and get it, baby. Let's see. Oh, Nicky Moore with the blues rock heavy metal band Samson. Samson, by the way, was led by Bruce Dickinson. Bruce Dickinson left Samson, went to Iron Maiden. Okay? I believe, was it Nico McBrain or was it Clive Burr that came from Samson? I think maybe it was Nico. I got to look it up. Look it up for me there. The band Samson. And then look at prior they'll have like on the right side all of the band members. Tell me if either Clive Burr or Nico McBrain is in Samson and one of those former names there. But anyway, so Nicky replaced Bruce Dickinson when he left for Iron Maiden for Samson. I have the three albums that Bruce was in Samson. 3 or 4. Might have been 4, actually. Anyway. Chris Britton, happy birthday to him. He was born on this date in 1945 with the Trogs. Wild Thing. Dun, 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 dun. You make my heart sing. All right, what do you got for me, Wild Thing?
Yeah, what did you want to know about that? 100%.
The band Samson was either Clive Burr or Nico McBrain in it, one of the former members.
Hold on, I gotta find a different site. Hold on, they don't have all the
On Wikipedia. Look, Samson Rock Band.
No, I
Look
did
it up.
that. You got to go through.
Oh yeah, it wasn't on the right side. Usually they have like the former band members.
I had to click on it. Now it's got the former band members right here.
Clive Burr or Nico McBrain. One of the two. I want to
Clive
say
Burr
one. Clive Burr
was
There you
97 to 98.
go. Okay. No, 77. Right?
Hold on.
97? No.
I say I'm at 77 to 78. I'm sorry if I said 97.
Yeah, by 97, he was dead.
Yeah. No, he died in 2013. It says on here. I don't know if that's right.
Clive Burr?
Yeah, it says died 2013 in parentheses.
Really? Damn, I thought it was
again, I'm going off Wikipedia, so I don't know if it's 100% accurate.
All right, but it was Clive Burr that was in Samson.
77 to 78 was Clive Burr.
Thank you. So Iron Maiden went into Samson twice. Clive Burr, and then get Bruce Dickinson. Is that amazing? It's like Poco. The Eagles went twice into Poco. They went and got Take It to the Limit one more time. What's both their bases came from Poco. The one that sung Take It to the Limit. And then after that, which is my favorite Eagles song. Now I'm forgetting. Now I'm brain farting on both of them. But both bases came from Poco, actually. Anyway, Ray Davies was born on this date. Ray Davies was born on this date in 1944 with the Kinks. They were talking about trying to tour again, but it doesn't look like it's ever going to really happen. John Heisman, English drummer who replaced Ginger Baker in the Graham Bond organization, was born on this date in 1944. Those are musicians born on this date. Let's go with some other birthdays today that are not musicians. William, Prince of Wales, is 42. Chris Pratt, actor, is 45. Let's see. Who else? Scotty Scheffler, the jailbird, is 28 years old. The liar of many magnitudes, Jussie Smollett, is 41. Jane Russell was born in this state in 1921. We lost her in 2011. A lot of older guys are going, wow, I used to love that Jane Russell. Let's see who else. And that's about it. Sean, do you have any wrestlers on this date?
I am showing one, Yanbo Wang. He wrestled in WWE NXT as Boa. He was born on this date in 1995.
Who's Wang? What was that again?
Yanbo.
Yanbo's Wang?
Yanbo's Wang.
All right. When was Yanbo born? His Wang was born that day. When was he born?
Usually they come together.
Oh, okay. All right. Just want to make sure. By the way, thank you for the corrections or helping me out. Randy Meisner sang Take It to the Limit. Then he got kicked out of the band years later. And they got him from Poco. And then Timothy B. Schmidt, right, then also took over for Randy Meisner. And they also got him from Poco. Just kind of interesting that, Poco and Samson are the Marlins of musicians. You like that analogy? Huh? You like that analogy? So if you ever think about Poco or Samson, you look at, oh yeah, dude, those are the Marlins of rock music. And they're like, what the hell are you talking about? Bro, they're the minor league system for the majors. They develop musicians, and then the musicians go on to have success with real bands. Although Poco had, In the Heart of the Night was a pretty big song for them. Poco had a little success, I got to say. But yeah. All right, let's go with but it was a good analogy. Let's go with music history on June 21st. In 1975, Richie Blackmore quit Deep Purple to form his own group, Rainbow. Is he still doing Rainbow? Because is he allowed? Does that community allow him? Oh, I'm sorry. In 2000, 39-year-old Karen McNeil, who claimed she was Axl Rose's wife and that she communicated with him telepathically, was sentenced to a year in jail for stalking the singer. But see, the good thing is, even in jail, she can still have conversations with him. In 1955, Johnny Cash released his first single, Hey Porter, which sold 100,000 copies. In 2005, Billy Corgan took full-page advertisement in 2 papers announcing that he wanted to reform the Smashing Pumpkins. He wrote, I want my band back, my songs, and my dreams. In 1988, on this date, Pink Floyd performed in Versailles, not the restaurant on 8th Street, but in France, a concert that was later released as the Delicate Sound of Thunder video. In 2008, Disturbed had the #1 album in the country with Indestructible, their 3rd consecutive record to top the charts. They're so good, bro. So good. That is what happened today in Musica history. The poll question, are you a Bitcoin believer? You don't have to be a buyer to be a believer, right? You might believe in Tesla, Amazon stock, gold, silver, whatever, but you don't invest in it. You don't buy, but you think it's legit, right? So that's the question. Are you a Bitcoin believer? Yes or no? It's a scam. Yes, 83%. 17% no, it's a scam. Remember, folks, you can always make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And by the way, speaking of cash, Hialeah Park is giving away $50,000 at the end of this month on the 29th. The night of the 29th, you got to be there in Hialeah Park at 1 a.m., which is like the 30th, but it's really on the night of the 29th, 1 a.m. You got to be there in person, but if you go play the slots, every time you play a slot machine, you get an entry. So every time you pull that handle, you're getting an entry. And you got to be there in person. So they call out names a lot, and some of the people aren't there. So you get less people are there for it than what you would think. So you have a real shot at winning it. So get your asses out there to Hialeah Park, play the slot machines, which, by the way, if your lady likes slots, the loosest slot machines, and it's all documented by the state, is at Hialeah Park. Loosest slot machines in the entire state. Not Miami, not Dade, not South Florida, Florida. Hialeah Park. So check it out. Use that QR code. You can get the no regret $100 first bet. By the way, if you already have an account with Hard Rock, just use a different email or a different phone number and you'll be fine. And you can make your bet, get your $100 no regret first bet. And by the way, if you go there at Hialeah Park and you show them, you open it there, they will give you another $50 so you can play. I mean, you can't beat that, folks. So check it out, Hialeah Park. All right. Jane Russell was a very busty actress. You think? Rajan was on top of it with Meisner and Schmidt. I like it. Heyo, just saw a video of Bobby skating alone. What do you think is going through his head? I don't know, bro. What am I going to have for lunch? I have no idea. Ragin says, now that Amazon is a shipping company, I'm waiting for Amazon Airlines. Well, they're going to space, right? Why not? They might do a better job building planes than Boeing. So, Mark says, 1980 this week, Billy Joel had the number one album, Glass Houses. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm with you. And I'm still sleeping with the television on. Very good. Very good, sir. Don't listen to Fox. Well, we got plenty of stupid people that follow Fox. So, can't do anything about that, bro. Stupid people are all over the place. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? What do we have here? How is Bitcoin doing right now? We're at 63,728, which is a beautiful thing. Again, just beautiful. I'm loving it, dude. There's some green in the market, but very little. Very little. And in the stock market, well, it's a red day. Not by much. Dow is down barely, just under 7 points. S&P's down 0.5 point. The NASDAQ is up barely 0.5 point. So kind of a day in the market overall. What are you going to do? All right, tonight we'll be back for a Panthers post-game show. Hopefully we'll be talking about a championship. So come back to the platform and join us tonight. Let's hope they can get it done. As always, don't forget, you can always make a donation to the program, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. We appreciate all of you out there. We thank, of course, the great Sean Stanley. Visit our merchandise shop. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you tonight. Okay, 11 o'clock. Panthers will get it done. Same time, same place, same bat channel.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.